Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Pretty Hands on Jong readings. This reading will be for my fire signs, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, for the upcoming week of November 2nd, 2020. So on the first, we had, first of all, daylight savings time, right? So hibernation mode, a time to ground ourselves, to really explore the inner sides of ourselves, the dark side, because remember, the sun is still in Scorpio. Also, we have the beginning of a 6th universal month. So November is all about 6 is the number. Whose number is that? Venus, right? So it's a love of home, responsibility, decision making as well, right? It's a very dealing with family. You know, you have Thanksgiving and all of that, but it's still an energy of being in the divinely feminine, receptive energy. And then on the third, hallelujah, we have Mercury going retrograde. Mercury going, I'm sorry, direct. Oh my gosh, the wind is crazy. So that is hallelujah. What are the major things for our fire signs for the upcoming week of November 2nd, 2020? Please. Yes, 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 yes. Just in time for elections. Not a coincidence. Mercury direct. No. Okay. So bear with me because it's windy outside. Oh yeah. Overall energies for fire signs is commence. So new beginnings. So it seems to me, fire signs, like y'all have released a lot of things with this full moon in Taurus. Ending cycles, and now you're gearing up again. You're getting ready for your new beginning. It's not quite here yet, fire signs, but you're ready. You're making sure you got everything in order. This is also a change in mindset too. So I feel like you have changed your mind from focusing on what you don't have, right? Lack or the current problems that you're dealing with, to the solutions, to how you're gonna make it happen. Being more open to having faith too, right? Being optimistic, right? Being positive, focusing on the possibilities rather than the problems. So that's good. Forward facing, I feel like you're focusing on your future. Say that 10 times fast. So coming out of this energy of focusing on other people, coming out of the energy of, again, just singularly focusing on your goals or your objectives, kind of riding the tide, even conflicts, right? Letting stuff go, because again, when the waves come together, what do? They crash. They crash, and then what? They subside. So it's like just kind of letting things go, letting things ride, not being a pushover by any means, but just taking the route that gets you to your peace and that keeps you in your peace, right? Just kind of letting it go, picking your battles, choosing your conflicts, things of that nature. West is also about, again, letting stuff go. And with the full moon energy that we're still in, this makes perfect sense. This could also be like letting go of a person. So beginning of the week, white card, blank slate, I love that. But again, receiving divine assistance and receiving divine help. Clarity too is coming to me to this card for some reason, right? Being able to see things clearly, being able to kind of move forward in places of your life where you may have felt like you were stuck, but not just doing this on your own, but doing this with the help of the divine, right? The universe stepping in and helping you and guiding you and giving you this clarity so that you can take these steps, but also helping you once you take the steps too, right? So the universe is helping you with the mental and emotional side of it and the spiritual side, and they helping you with the physical side, right? The manifestation side. And that's why you getting ready, listening to the universe right there. Okay. And so obstacles, 5 bamboo lotus. Could be something with a kid, with change, dealing with change, not being ready for it. Again, this is like the Scorpio season is like transformation season, right? Stuff starts hibernating, animals start getting ready for winter, but it's like a time to go inward. And with this inward journey comes epiphanies, right? Comes information, downloads. So sometimes that requires change, right? A change in our thought processes, or even an outward change. When you realize something, you get clarity, you're like, dang, now I got to make moves. I can't stay in that energy. I can't continue along that path. So you could have some issues again with just accepting the change. This is not necessarily a bad change. It just could be happening really fast for you. 5 is also the energy of excitement. It's about okay, there I go. So October was a 5 universal month, all about adventure, excitement, change anyway. So you could have an issue with letting go of October, letting go of that energy, moving into more settled 6, slower, art focused, beauty, family focused, very divinely feminine energy, right? Moving from the 5, more masculine energy, kind of slowing down. The lotus is also about healing. It's about transformation. It's about change. So with the lotus card, I feel like you could also be having issues with listening to the divine, accepting your divine assignment. I don't know why that just came to me. And even with healing. So somebody could have like a physical issue that they're healing from that's kind of taking longer than they expected. Or it could just be emotional and spiritual healing that you're going through that is causing some discomfort. And so that's why you kind of are having issues with allowing it to happen. Look at that. Healing, healing, healing. So yeah, so if you have been dealing with a physical problem, right, a medical problem, medical issue, then you can expect progress this week, but it's going to be up to you, right? Not just you doing what you need to do. So that means like, okay, if you know you have a cold or something, getting more sleep, eating more oranges, drinking water, stuff like that. But also mentally, you also have to accept it mentally. Like, okay, I'm not sick no more. I ain't sick. I'm not claiming that. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Be forward focused. I love that. That's what that is. Work focusing on what I said at the beginning. The future, not the present circumstance, not the obstacles that you stand on that you are dealing with. No, he ain't looking down. Okay, yeah, he know that that's there. That's fine. I ain't even worried about it. I already handled that. That's an obstacle that's in my path. I'm gonna use that to hoist myself up, so that I can see my target, right? So that's alchemy, transforming seeming obstacles in your life, but focusing on the future, not looking back. He ain't looking back. He ain't looking down. And it's the same with this toe, with this healing. Focus on how you want to feel, what you want. Focus on the outcome of your manifestation, not just the current present situation. Specifically, if this is something that you're trying to heal on any level, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, any of that. 3 is also the number of joy and fun. So I feel like it's like a release. It's like you letting go, you finally healing, you finally just again wading through all these crazy energies that we've all been dealing with that are about to change in November, and accepting things as they are, releasing what needs to be released, and healing yourself on all levels. Bam. Love that. Love that. Pocket full of goddesses. Okay. I was going to take that, but I would have been cheating because I had that card last night. So. What is the theme for this week for my fire signs during my full moon ritual? Cosmic order. Bam. I just told you that. Getting help from the divine, waiting on divine timing. Look at her. Look at her. Beautiful. Crow woman. Crow woman is the powerful shapeshifter who is the gateway between the dimensions. She brings the gift of perfect alignment to cosmic order, always showing the way to your highest truth as it resonates with sacred law. She encourages you to respect and honor your divine essence, experiencing the truth that your life is lived in perfect concert with the animating forces of all creation. See, allowing things to happen when they're going to happen, but getting ready while you are waiting, right? Working on yourself, doing what you need to do. All right, so I feel like we always do Leo last, so I'm going to do Leo first today. See if these buttons come out. All right, Leo. And one more. That'll work. Okay, Leo. Yes, the path of self-discovery, the path of believing in yourself, of knowing your self-worth, right? You're being led down that path. That's what the universe wants you to work on. This energy of fierceness, this energy of embodying who you are and knowing who you are at all times, right? Leos, of course, y'all the lion, and people think, oh, y'all always brave and courageous and this, and y'all are. But, I mean, y'all human, too. So everybody have days where they ain't feeling quite, as camera ready or as brave or as assertive as they usually are, or as creative. So they just letting you know that as the planets shift this week, right, in the first and second week, honestly, of November, you should be feeling more bold, more empowered to follow the path that you know you're supposed to be following, that's already laying for you, to follow the steps, because the universe is putting forth little breadcrumbs for you to follow, right, to get to your bliss, to get to your happiness, to get to your joy. You could also be dealing with industry. Okay, so this could be a path to a new job, a new house or apartment, but something metal, something having to do with metal. It could even be you doing metalworking or making jewelry or something like that, something in construction, anything of that nature. But again, stay in your wild Leo energy. That's what's going to lead you along this path, because guess what? Lions also have intuition. They follow their guts, right? They don't just make random attacks. They wait, they watch, they observe, and they follow their gut. And that's what the universe is telling you, so that you can stay in your power and be led down this path. Bam! All right. I'm going to do Sagittarius next. Okay. That'll be good. Okay, Sagittarius. So, could be feeling discombobulated, upside down, missing something. And you are. If you feel like you're missing some information, you are. You don't have all the answers to something. Or if you feel like you could lose something this week, or misplace, not nothing big, just misplace something small, and it could kind of drive you crazy. Like, where did I put that ink pen? Right? It's just gonna bother me because it's my ink pen and I want it. And, you know, like something like that, something minor. You could be feeling like your cup is not full. Like you are putting your loyalties in situations where you're not getting it back out what you putting into it. Specifically money. You could feel like you invested money into something or someone or a connection and it ain't panning out, right? You just feel like, okay, I'm not really getting out of this what I expected to. Could be Earth sign, Virgo towards Capricorn. Light is coming, clarity is coming, but you don't have it right now. So this whole murky energy as we transform from Mercury retrograde as we move from Mercury retrograde to Mercury direct, right? We don't have all the answers yet, y'all. We still are awaiting everything to align. It's coming, but we still don't have it quite yet. So what the universe is telling you to do is look in the mirror, focus on yourself, look at how you have created the situation that you're in, and look at how because you are the creator of your life and how you have created the situation you're currently in, how you are the one who can change it. Bam, I'm done. All right, Aries. Dang, stubborn messages, Aries. Really, that's how you feel? Don't make me have to come in there. Some telling me to do this one more time. There's something else supposed to come out. Well, I knew that. I knew it was you. I knew it. You just brought some friends. I knew this was meant to come out. I just felt it. And it was already out. Look at that. Ain't that crazy? I knew it. I'm like, that is meant to be in this spread. I don't know why yet. And it was already out. I was looking at this one. Unbeknownst to me, on the other side, it was out. Maybe I saw it, but I couldn't from this angle. Alright. So you got two letters. L and Z. L and Z. So L could be a person, name, place having to do with where you live, foundation, city, or where you're trying to move, something to do with your sense of safety or sense of groundedness. And Z, this Z is interesting. This Z is about love. So somebody whose name has a Z in it could be making advances towards you, or you could be working on a project, like an art project or some type of philanthropic project or something like that with the person whose name begins with a Z. So a lot of group work, a lot of emphasis on family and on groups, kids this week, faux show. On loyalty too. This loyalty piece keeps coming up. So make sure that you're being loyal to the right things. This is not this is just FYI, right? What they're saying is your loyalty to your ancestors is what you need to be focusing on right now, right? And your loyalty to those who have been around for a long time. I just saw 333. Those who have been in your life for a long time, positively, not just because they A1 day one. No, A1 day ones can't always go because sometimes they will hold you back. But that's another topic for another day. So this is focusing on beauty, focusing on the sweetness of life, focusing on the people who have been sweet to you, the people who have treated you. Look at how people have treated you over years, Aries. If they have not been and they just around, don't keep taking them back. Don't hold on to them. This is not Gerald Levert, baby, hold on to me. No, don't let it go. They're also saying that there could be some new beginnings with the group. You could get a new job, or again, just turning over a new leaf within a social situation. Something involving groups, definitely. And I feel like the election has something to do with this too. So you could be working on a project that's related to that. Again, heavy emphasis on being grounded and rising back to the top, right? Popping back up like the cork. Whenever something tries to come at you, you're just going to keep popping back up. So the universe is telling you not to let small things distract you. Bam! All right, y'all. Thank you for listening. Have a good week. Peace out.